fellow investing sisters and brothers near and far. Been a few days. I saw a video come up on my feed yesterday from Lou talking about Elon, and he was referencing a story from cointelegraph.com, which I was previously unfamiliar with. But it was really interesting, and maybe you guys already knew this, maybe everybody knew this except me. It just makes total sense now. Especially from a guy who, helped develop PayPal, brought it out of the ether into reality. And, for a lot of years, PayPal, I've transacted a ton of money through PayPal and never lost a dime, despite attempts to have my account hacked and having my debit card shut off for 30 minutes while I had to get it turned back on because somebody in, somewhere across the globe had tried to hack my account anyway. Getting off track. Lou was referencing this story about Elon essentially looking to establish Twix, formerly Twitter, now X, as an enormous banking superpower for the unbanked. And, it's interesting because Elon has referenced XRP as going to be far greater than Bitcoin ever was. And of course, he changes the name of Twitter to X, which even from a marketing standpoint, which I have some experience with, why you would change your brand when your brand is worth that much, that's a huge deal. So here you've got X with the X coins that Elon is looking to turn into a system of people being able to transfer money back and forth. I use the term peer-to-peer, which is an older term, but it's accurate without having to go through the banking system, which is probably why the SEC continues to go after XRP, and the world continues to go. Part of the world continues to go after Elon and his various ventures. I really like Elon. I don't know that I'd agree with him on everything, but I don't agree with anybody on everything. I think it's really interesting. The thing I like about Elon is he really builds things. Even if he didn't found them, he turns them into something extraordinary. I don't spend a ton of time on Twitter ever since I was kicked off a couple years ago for posting a graphic of the Declaration of Independence. I guess that's seditious behavior on July 4th. Anyway, I did come back after he bought it, and usually I'm checking out stuff about AMC, which leads me into a mass distinction between a guy like Elon Musk and a guy like Aron, who tap dances into a company, makes sure he's got a great salary, and buys a gold mine. I'm not overly impressed, and that's not saying that we're not going to make some money off AMC at some point, but at this point, I think you would just have to be absolutely in another reality, which might be to your benefit, to not see that Aron is not really for any kind of a short squeeze or really any kind of a huge profit for his shareholders, or else we would not be down 90% with him saying nothing about it. Anyway, that story on cointelegraph.com is really interesting because to me it's kind of exciting. Some of us have felt sort of some uneasiness about a U.S. digital currency supplanting the dollar, only because that can be leveraged into holding on to people's funds and assets when, perhaps they post some anti-propaganda content that you don't like, etc., etc. We see that in other countries. We see a fair amount of censorship here. If that sounds conspiratorial, take a look at social media for the last few years, and guys like me who got bounced off for posting a graphic of the Declaration of Independence. Well, all the socialist and communist people I had been interacting with, we would have some charged debates, but it wasn't anything where I was like, I'm going to kill you. It was nothing like that. I have visited communist countries, and I was trying to understand why they would want to exist in a command market or things like that. And I was bounced off. My account was suspended just for posting a graphic of the Declaration of Independence, which is sort of a founding tenet document of my country where I live. Anyway, getting off track again. The point is this, that if Elon can establish a free platform, and being a guy who has his own satellites, because that was always kind of a wonder of mine too, is if they ever really do want to just shut down the internet, they've got all the satellites. Well, there's some they don't. He's got a tremendous amount of resources and probably more brain power than everybody who's opposing him put together. At any rate, I won't drag this out. Lou goes into it really well and covers the stuff. And Lou actually, I credit him with this. He's not right about everything, but he's been right about some stuff. And this, I think, is one of them, in that Elon is really establishing a place where the unbanked can do transfer of assets, funds. Who knows what kind of marketplace Twix could turn into. So anyway, that's it for me. I thought this is not me saying invest in Twitter X or buy any of the X coins. I'm not recommending that. You would have to do your own DD on that. I personally have gotten into XRP, XLM, and HBAR because they're just so easy to get into. And having seen Elon talk about XRP, I don't know that he talked about XLM. And then researching it further, seeing he was on the board of Ripple and is it Stellar, I was like, wow. Some of the deals that were coming into play, it was just too easy for me not to invest. That is not saying you should. That may not be a fit for you. You would have to look into that yourself, and I'm not going to recommend either way. So I just thought it was really interesting, and for me, a cool, encouraging thing to see a CEO and business builder like a guy like Elon building Twix into what could be a global banking superpower for people like you and I to just be able to trade and spend and purchase and make money without interference from governments or big banks. So anyway, I hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you and yours are happy and well. And I'm still holding on to AMC. It's easier to hold on to it than to log on and sell for a 90% loss. So for those of you who are holding and still kind of sweating that, hang in there. I do think there's money to be made. That's my own personal opinion. So anyway, everyone take care.